Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome to something that I have been pumped for a long time. This is Project Eden's Garden. For anyone who doesn't know what this is a Danganronpa fan game and it is probably one of the most anticipated ones of the last few months. If you have been following this on Twitter, if you've been following the devs anywhere, you know that the art style for this one looks amazing. It looks like it could be a genuine Danganronpa game. That's how good the art is. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this because the prologue is now available and we're going to play that now. It basically hit itch.io and Game Jolt at midnight UK time, December 17th. 12 AM December 17th. Midnight December 16th, whatever you want to call it. So I was thinking about staying up and maybe just playing it as soon as it came out, but I thought no, because I don't know how long it's going to be. It could be at least a couple of hours. But basically it's the morning of December 17th, it's about 7:45 in the morning, and I am just thinking I want to sit down and just try and play as much of this prologue in one session as I can, because in a few more hours I'm not going to have any more opportunity to record, because I'm probably going to be coming back up north to be with friends and family, so for Christmas and all that is. So, you know, like I say, I'm going to try and play through as much of this in one sitting as I can, but if I don't, obviously what that means is I'll try and, you know, take what footage I'm able to accumulate and just put that into however many episodes, split it up. And if there's anything that I haven't been able to play in this session, then obviously that'll have to wait till the new year. So, God, I'm really looking forward to this. So, again, if you've been following the development of this, you know who the characters in this one are, because they've been revealed, along with their ultimate talents. Story-wise, from what I've gathered from trailers, from information released by the devs, this one has its own story, its own kind of universe. It's not connected to any of the mainline Danganronpa games in any way. So there's no story connections, no character connections, nothing like that. It is its own thing. Which is probably actually why it's just called Project Eden's Garden and not Danganronpa Project Eden's Garden, because the devs want it to be kind of its own thing, essentially, even though obviously it's inspired by the actual Danganronpa games. So, God, yeah, not much else for me to say other than I might just see if I can mix the audio levels a bit, just to take the in-game music down a little, but other than that, we're going to get straight into a new game. Okay, I've adjusted the audio levels, let's go, new game. I just wanted to take it down, just in volume mixer, because it doesn't appear to be any settings here on this menu. There might well be ones that come up a bit later, we'll see. Okay, without further ado, new game. Oh wait, no, there's options here. Okay, I could have actually just adjusted things in here, couldn't I? Okay, hold on, jump cut again whilst I sort that out. Okay, adjusted the audio levels again, sorry for that. I haven't actually done any playtesting of this, so I just wanted to go into it blind, essentially. Right, let's do it. New game. Well, this is pretty much like standard Danganronpa fare, this, isn't it? If anyone's wondering, this is made, I think, in a combination of Unity and Fmod, I believe. Should we just put it on normal? Sure. Might as well, right? Start game. Oh boy, I am so ready for this. I've been looking forward to it for ages. It's going to be very, very interesting. One thing I've noticed is that the loading screens do sometimes take a bit of time. Aha, here we go. Never mind. This one got loaded up very quickly. So our protagonist, for anyone who doesn't know, I believe his name is Damon Maitsu, and he is, I believe, the ultimate debater. Something like that. I reckon this is probably him. So if this is the prologue, it probably just means we're going to get introduced to characters, and then this game's version of Monokuma will pop up, introduce the killing game. I'll talk as actually we read this. Life has no real meaning. We exist just by chance, born to a planet that didn't want us to begin with. It's up to the best of humanity to give the world a purpose. People like me. Those who shine brighter than the others, who have an influence on our greater society, Ultimates, were known as Ultimates. Ultimate titles are awarded to exceptionally talented high school and college students. I will say this as well. This one, like I say, has no connection to Hope's Peak or any of the Danganronpa storylines, as far as I'm aware, according to dev information. Now, obviously, I don't know if that's maybe just them reeling us in to sucker punch us later with some plot twist, but as far as I'm aware, no connections. Instead, it's set at the Eden's Garden Academy, I think it's called, which is supposed to be, I believe, in the United States. So I think a lot of the characters are meant to be American in this. And, as always, I may, do a few funny voices. If you've seen any of my Danganronpa content for the official games or for other fan games, things like that, I like to do funny voices when I voice characters, things like that. If you are new to my channel, by the way, if you've come across my channel through this video because you were searching for Project Eden's Garden walkthroughs with commentary, welcome to the General Red Strategist channel, by the way. If you're interested, if you're a Danganronpa fan, there's a ton of Danganronpa content here on my channel. I've played Trigger Happy Havoc, I've done Goodbye Despair, Ultra Despair Girls V3, I did a review of the Danganronpa 3 anime here. I've also done various different Danganronpa discussion content videos. There's a playlist, I think it's just called Other Danganronpa Content, that you can find. And also, I've done a few fan games. I've got a fan game actually going at the moment, on and off, which I keep playing, called Danganronpa Antebellum. For anyone who's curious, I have recorded the remainder of that, at least, the chapters that have been released so far, so you will be seeing that from time to time cropping up more often on the channel. Alright, enough gassing from me. Ultimate titles are awarded to exceptionally talented high school and college students. Doctors who can cure the incurable, engineers who build machines to improve millions of lives. The most influential politicians, the most creative architects. These are the people who deserve lifelong recognition, who define what it means to be a true ultimate. And here he is.
I'm the ultimate debater.
This one has voice acting. And that's quite an interesting voice you got there, Damon. Well, good to meet you.
A prodigy among prodigies. Someone who simply can't be outmatched.
Now, he's an interesting one here, because a lot of people are speculating that he's going to be a very different kind of protagonist to what we're used to in Danganronpa games. Because normally in a lot of Danganronpa games, I mean, certainly the case in Trigger Happy Havoc, actually pretty much the case in all of them, with the possible exception of Kaide in V3, most Danganronpa protagonists always start out very sort of shy, very timid. They don't really, they kind of do themselves down a bit. But there's a lot of speculation that Damon is going to be kind of the opposite. He might start out from a more sort of like haughty, perhaps even arrogant sort of position, in terms of he knows he's talented, and so that might be kind of his character arc through the game as he becomes slightly humbled by things that go on.
I hold on to my title dearly, because it defines me. It's who I am. It's what gives me my purpose.
Interesting voice, by the way. Really sounds good. Sounds professional, I'm just going to say.
Among a sea of mediocrity.
Okay.
I'm a shining example of
okay. Yeah, that is exactly the kind of thing that Makoto Naegi or Hajime or Kamaru or Shuichi would never have said. I think we're getting a glimpse into your personality straight away.
And now, there's a school worthy of me.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, though, to see a protagonist handled from handled from a different angle. To Mr. Diamond Maitsu, the ultimate debater. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It probably will take me a little while just to get the correct pronunciation for people's names. I'll try my best, though, don't you worry. And, there may be times where I forget names, so do just bear with me. Congratulations! For your contributions as an ultimate, we cordially invite you to attend Eden's Garden Academy, a specialised college for academic-based talents. At our unique academy, you will not only develop a tighter grasp on your respective skill set, but you and the other ultimate students who receive this invitation will gain an ever-important proficiency at leadership, communication, and persuasion. In an age where anyone can be called ultimate, we hope you will join us and assume your rightful place as the true face of talent. Please keep the contents of this invitation, as well as the attached registration materials, strictly confidential. The integrity of our program is built on the foundation of privacy. So is this the school? Eden's Garden Academy, an ultimate academy for true ultimates. It was built in partnership with the Ultimate Talent Program, a government institution that has awarded ultimate titles to people for almost the last century. You don't apply for the UTP schools, they scout for their students, which is how I found myself receiving a letter from Eden's Garden Academy. It looks to be an amazing school, immaculate architecture, incredible workspaces, and access to resources beyond anything I've ever seen. Everything about the school is perfect, it's truly worthy of being called ultimate. In my 18 years of living, I've accomplished more than most people could even dream of. Within this random and chaotic existence, it feels like I was destined to be great. Yeah, laying it on thick there, Damon. Also, can I just point attention to the little detail there on his tie? He's got like a snake design on it. So, again, this is something people have been speculating, but if you look at a lot of the imagery for Eden's Garden, for this game, there's a lot of biblical imagery going on in it. So the fact that it's called Eden's Garden, as in Garden of Eden, and if you look at like the logo for this game, it's kind of like an apple, as in like the apple of, you know, the apple that was on the tree in Eden that Eve bit from. And of course, he's got a serpent design on his tattoo, so there may be some symbolism to that, who knows. I think a lot of the characters, if not all of them, in this, have sort of animal motifs in their designs. We might see if we can identify them as we go along. And I'm pretty sure, you know, there is a character in this called Eva, so sort of a bit like Eve, close-ish, I guess. So it'll be interesting to see. And also, I think the kind of overseer of the killing game in this one kind of ties into this biblical theme as well. So, obviously, you know, in mainline Danganronpa you have Monokuma. In fan games you sometimes have, like, different spins on Monokuma. So, like, Antebellum, for example, has Mono Neko, and Danganronpa Dead End, for instance, the other big one, you know, which most people are probably following at the moment as it develops. Obviously that's got Monosock. This one doesn't have like a robotic mascot. Instead, it has like two human enforcers of the killing game. So there's one called Tozu, who wears like this sort of like goat mask. It looks almost a bit like Satan or something. And then he has like an enforcer called Mara. You will probably see them in due course. I shouldn't spoil too much. And what seemed like hours of waiting, the train arrived before me. It wasn't as nice looking as I expected, at least not for a school of this calibre, but it was undeniably the one. What is this, the Hogwarts Express or something? With luggage in one hand and a pamphlet in the other, I boarded the train. This is the start of my new life, the start of an even greater career. I think for Damon, I'll sort of voice him just in my normal voice, but I'll try and sort of make it sound like he's fairly erudite and confident. For the first time in my life, I'll finally be among people as great as me. Well, we'll see.
Huh?
There are some interesting looking characters in this. I already have characters in mind who I think might be quite interesting. There is a historian, interestingly. And, yeah, you know me. If you've followed my channel religiously, you know I'm a big history buff. History is one of my favourite subjects. So I'm kind of interested in him, the historian, but there are other ones as well. Ah!
Look! Someone else is here.
Speaking of the other characters, here they are. So, obviously, again, like I say, if you follow the development, you know who all of these are. You know what their talents are, but we'll probably find out in due course. Speaking of historian, he's over right on the left there, the one with the glasses.
Huh? Someone else?
Yes, not just someone, several people else, Damon.
Hey, hey! Welcome to the Eden's Club! Well, it's more accurate to say Eden's Garden Academy's Club, but Eden's Club just has more of a ring to it, don't you think?
I'm sure it does. God, the voice acting is good. It is good. In front of me, spread out across the train carriage, was a group of strange-looking people. A girl with pink hair, some guy in a wolf costume, one guy in a weird beanie staring intensely at me. What the hell? Are these creepy people really attending the same academy as me? Apathetic to my situation, the train continued from its halt. Looks like I'm stuck here for now. I guess I should find somewhere to sit.
Hey, you! New guy!
Who's that talking? Ah, here we go.
Over here!
Okay, I think I know your talent. I believe this guy is the ultimate influencer. Hello, can you hear me? I seem to have caught the attention of one of the other passengers.
What now?
What do you want?
What if...
Cool, so I was wondering something. Whatever it is, I'm sure you can ask an employee. I'm honestly not in the mood. So he already has an animal motif. You see the little butterfly on his jumper? Oh, sure. Frowning and dropping his head, he walked away.
Howdy.
Wow, was that southern-sounding accident? Accident? Did I just say accident? Accent, even. God. It's early in the morning, folks. I'm bound to trip over one or two words. Excuse me, but you don't happen to know when the final stop is, do you? I'm just gonna go... Oh, wait, this is a girl. Okay, never mind. A girl's voice suddenly chimed in from behind me. Geez, can people just leave me alone for 5 minutes?
No.
Not a clue, but you can try looking for... You're the blacksmith. I think your name is Ingrid. The words got caught in my throat when I turned to look at her. She's also a buff character. If this game sticks to Danganronpa tropes, that means you're going to die in Chapter 4. Just saying. But then again, we don't know. Then again, the devs of this might be seeking to get away from some of the tropes of Danganronpa. We'll have to see. This woman had to be twice my size. Is something wrong? I'll give her a sort of gruff voice, because she's the... I'll give her my voice that I gave Sakura Ogami in Trigger Happy Havoc. Don't fret it, darling. I'll just see who else is around. With a small wave, she walked away. The people here just keep getting weirder and weirder. I really hope none of them are in my class. Damn, Damon just really showing his colours straight from the bat. Not wanting to be bothered any further, I quickly found myself a seat by the window. The situation was nothing like I expected, but at least the view from the train was nice. Mountains, framed by a deep blue sky, crystal clear rivers that sparkled like jewels in the sunlight. It couldn't be a more radical departure from home. Scenery continued to pass, time flying by with it. The chatter from the others on the train eventually softened, leaving just me and the rolling mountains. Until someone says hi. Possibly you? I don't know. Nearby, a woman in professional attire turned her nose up to the air and started sniffing. I think her name is Winona, and I think you're the entrepreneur, I believe. After a moment, the expression on her face turned stone cold serious.
Something is wrong.
The air doesn't smell right.
Oi!
Oi! Yeah, the voices actually sound really, really good. Huh? The air?
Quack.
I smell something too. Like I say, I'll try and give them voices as we go along. Also, there's a fucking rolling landscape going by outside that train carriage. Nice animation. Yeah, I'll try and get a handle on their personalities before I start assigning silly voices to them.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm going to give you the posh voice, because, you know, academic, historian. Could you describe it? It probably doesn't fit his personality at all, but we'll see. Kinda chemically. It's almost like it's coming from...
What about...
that bag over there. She pointed to a travel bag at the opposite end of the car.
Well, shoot.
Oh god, right, okay. I think, I think I know a few names. So, girl who was just talking there with the sort of Ushanka on, I believe her name is Cassidy, I believe she's a pro gamer, something like that. I believe that's her ultimate talent. This guy, with the wolf symbol on his costume, I said a moment ago I was going to see if I could look for animal motifs on their costumes. There's a couple who've gone by and haven't even looked. I believe this guy's Jen, I believe he's a drag racer, something like that. I might just give him my Korekio voice, you know, where I put a hand over my mask, he's got the mask on. Oh shoot, you're in this one right next to me?
Let me think.
I don't smell anything funky. Well, that's probably because of the helmet.
Pardon me.
Is that your bag? You are Wolfgang, you are the lawyer, and you've got a sheep thing going on your lapel.
Not a chance.
Nope, it was already here when I got on the train.
Weird.
Oh, that's weird. There's no name tag or anything. That's not a good sign. That's probably been planted here, and what you're smelling is probably, I don't know, aerosol chloroform or something. They're probably going to knock you all out. After inspecting the outside of the bag, he began fiddling with its lock.
Great!
Yep, gamer. That's what you are. Animal motif, though. I'm looking for an animal. Oh, I like how on your little Ushanka you've actually got sort of like, not a hammer and sickle, but a game controller and sickle. Didn't notice that before. I don't see an animal on you. It's probably one hidden somewhere on your design. You probably just can't see it from this angle. Cool, you got it open. I'll give it sort of like that kind of voice, I think. That wasn't the lock. Yeah, I think they're about to get gassed.
Huh?
Are you okay? You are, if I remember correctly, Diane or Diana, and you are a makeup artist or like a beautician, something like that. I think a cosmetologist. I can't remember. It's something like that. Yeah, bro, I'm all good. I just feel kind of. Yeah, I had a feeling.
Christ almighty!
Okay, you're an interesting one. This one I think is called Jean. I believe he's a ship's captain, like 21 years old or something, and he dresses like a pirate, because why the hell not? Yeah, you're another one who might be quite an interesting one.
Shit.
I forget what your name is, but I believe you're a marksman. Did he just pass out? And I can't remember what you are. I think you're a music producer. From the same end of the car, the guy who'd been staring at me earlier. I'm not feeling so good either. People, I think, have speculated that this guy could be like an antagonist character, maybe, but we don't know. I think it's too early to say.
Hang on.
Ah, you. I recognise you. You are Ava. You are the ultimate liar, I believe. What did you say? Good night. Okay, he just knew what was going to happen and just thought, I accept my fate. What the? People are dropping like flies.
Holy!
Oh crap, someone get help.
For real?
Let me try to alert the conductor or whatever. She ran over to the door that connected to the adjacent car. It's locked.
Oh,
You're
crap.
screwed. It's not opening. Why isn't it opening?
Stand back.
Damn, his voice though. Man, should give him a real seafarer's voice. Arr, I want to try my hand at it. Can you step aside for a sec? Fuck it. We'll go pirate voice for him. Why the hell not, okay? He yanked at the door, but...
Bad news.
Then again, he's quite a buff character as well. So... Alright. Either him or Ingrid is going to die in Chapter 4. Assuming, again, that the game sticks to traditional Danganronpa tropes. Arr, damn, the car is locked up tight as a prison, tight as a brick.
Come off the grass.
Okay, you haven't spoken. Well, you have actually spoken already once, very briefly, but you, I think your name is Madison, and I believe you're the ultimate golfer, if I'm not mistaken. Huh? But I left to take a piss like an hour ago. Arr, let me try something else, you swabs. The big man rolled his shoulders and threw himself against the door with all his might. He groaned and stepped back, revealing he hadn't even left a mark on the door. I don't know why, but I'm feeling Australian for this girl here. G'day, mates. What? I did nothing? Ah, you. Yeah, you haven't spoken yet. You are... Is your name Elwa? Eloise? I don't know how to pronounce it. But I believe you're a fencer, I think. Ah, there's another boy who's fallen. A girl, too. Why is everyone passing out?
Damn it.
Shit. Maybe it's got something to do with that bagweed. The air around me had grown thick with a strange, pungent smell. I could taste it, feel it sting my eyes. Oh god, no, don't. As a futile plea left my lips, I felt my strength trail away with it. The world flickered around me, and then... there was nothing. Oh, here we go. Vows woven by stitches and needles. That is the name of the prologue. Okay. There's one girl who didn't talk there, the one in like the little Japanese costume, who I believe is possibly the youngest member of the cast, and is, I think, a matchmaker, but I'm not sure. Huh? What is that humming noise? It sounded almost like an air conditioner. But if it's an aircon, why am I so warm? Ugh. I weakly opened my eyes. Above me was a concrete ceiling. A concrete ceiling? My body's so heavy, but I had to get on my feet. I had to see where I was. Oh, hello. Well, the liar girl's in here. It's an ominous basement-looking place to wake up. Good lord. Jesus. Huh? It's a girl. Yes, Damon. Well observed. Like I said, I'm going to try and record as much of this prologue as I can this morning. Obviously, I've only got limited time to try and do this. If I get through the whole thing, then great. If I don't, like I say, what I'll do is I'll just record as much as I can, then I'll try and split it down into episodes, and I'll try and sort of release it over the Christmas holidays. But obviously, since I have, I travel back up north to be with family and friends over the Christmas period, that means that during that time when I'm up there, I don't have time to record. So if I don't manage to record it all this morning, that means that my next recording session might not be till the new year, so you might have to wait a little bit. I'm just saying. Could it be that she's... No, she's still breathing. So she's asleep, just like I was? Kneeling down to her level, I reached out my hand to shake her. Hey, can you hear me? No response. Bringing my face closer to hers, I repeated the question. Hey, can you hear me? Why isn't she waking up? Damn it, do I actually have to... Okay, yep. That piano, bong. Holy. Her eyes snapped open, causing me to jump back.
Hello.
I was just testing you. She's got sort of like a lower voice, I think.
Huh?
Testing me? To see what you would do. It's not every day you find a body on the floor.
That's...
So you were awake that whole time?
Correct.
I woke up before you, yes. Why'd you just let me sleep?
Anyways,
How long was I out for?
Not sure.
I don't know. I didn't wake up that long ago. When I first came to, I was also startled to see a stranger.
You see?
One can never know if they're in the presence of a friend or foe. Which is why I needed to see for myself how much I could trust you. By lying on the floor and making herself vulnerable? Jesus, she makes no sense. As an excuse to break off the conversation, I started to look around the room. Well, she's a potential waifu, Damon. Get in there. It was definitely some kind of boiler room, but there didn't seem to be a light switch anywhere. The only light came from a vent set far back in the room. Looking at my close surroundings, I was standing on a platform with stairs that led down to the rest of the room. The lower floor was mildly flooded. I'd say the water reached a little above my ankles. It was a place that had clearly been abandoned for a long time. Even with all the strange things around me, my gaze kept returning to this girl. There's something about her that seemed almost familiar. Interesting. Wait, that's it. Yeah, she was on the train. Don't you remember? Yeah, she was on the train that I boarded. I thought when it said familiar, it was going to suddenly have a reveal. She was your childhood friend or something. Then it would be getting real anime, wouldn't it? Hey, we've met before. On that train.
yeah.
Things turned upside down not long after you arrived. A strange smell started to come from that travel bag, and then everything turned black.
Right.
Just what the hell was that?
Listen to me.
I think it was a chemical agent. The bag must have been equipped with a gas bomb or something. Someone clearly wanted to knock us out. Sounds like she's been thinking hard about it. Maybe that's why it took her so long to wake me up.
I see.
Sure, I was thinking the same, but whose bag was it? Why did they want to knock us out? And why aren't we on the train anymore? Where are we?
Look at this.
Considering our surroundings, some sort of boiler room? As she raised her hand to push up her glasses, something large and metallic on her wrist caught my eye. It looked vaguely like a watch.
Eh?
Hey, what's that on your hand?
Well,
You tell me. It appears you have one as well.
Huh?
Oh, this is interesting. At those words, I looked down at my hand.
What the?
Is this going to be this game's equivalent of a monopad? It's like a mono Fitbit. What the? Let me just drink up some tea. Sure enough, I was wearing the same device. It had been fitted tightly around my wrist, but it felt like I was wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Insert Flanders here.
Damn it.
Hey, I'm not wearing this. As I grabbed a hold of the device and pulled, a tiny surge of electricity ran through my wrist. Yeah, it's bad. Is this like the wristbands in Ultra Despair Girls? And the ones in V3? They kill you if you try and tamper with them.
how humiliating.
Sorry, I should have warned you. If you try taking it off, it shocks you. Thanks for the heads up. Shit, what's going on here? Why am I wearing this weird shock collar thing? Who put this on me?
Look.
You can touch the screen though.
Eh?
See? Like this. She tapped the face of the device. It slowly lit up and displayed a holographic image. Oh, very fancy. Oh, so like a watch?
Correct.
It's just projecting a blank screen for some reason.
So,
I'm sure that when Tozu and Mara show up, they're going to run you through what this is. Either way, it seems we're stuck with this device for the time being.
moving on.
While you're standing there, the least you can do is give me your name. We didn't have much of a meeting on the train anyway. Damon Maitsu, Ultimate Debater. I'm a student at Eden's Garden Academy.
Interesting.
How interesting.
Eh?
What is? Thank you for telling me more than I asked for. Is she going to be slightly pedantic? Is that her personality?
As for myself, you may call me Eva Tsunaka.
There you go, Eva. It's nice to meet you. I'm sure it is. The pain from the shock was finally subsiding. It's as good a time as any to get a better grasp of this room. Maybe there's something in here that can explain the flooding, or even better, that annoying mechanical noise. Sorry, I'm just gulping tea down because my cup of tea that I've got is going kind of cold. Welcome to Project Eden's Garden. It's tutorial voice. A lot has already happened already, and I'm sure you're eager to investigate, but there are some things you should get acquainted with first. To access the trinket, or as Damon so colloquially put it, the watch, simply press the F1 key. To view past dialogue, press the F2 key. And to access observation mode, press the Enter key. Press the Enter key again to exit this mode. Oh, and use the WASD keys to pan around the room. If you ever need to revisit this information, check out the control panel. It's just one F3 key away. That's all for now. Go forth and explore. Let's do it. Oh, hell yes. So this is our monopad, basically, I guess. Hell yes. Oh my god, this is like a genuine Danganronpa game. It's so good. I mean, look at this. We could save. Sure. Might as well save. Slot 1, Pro Boiler. Okay. We got our options. We've got our backlog. It's just basically a transcript, essentially. So we can also get transcript through F2. Like that. Cool. And F3 gives us controls like that. And we can pan around like this. And then we have observation mode, which is genuinely like the one in V3. Oh, this is so awesome. Look at this. Generator. Let's have a look at that. Though, unfortunately, the noise it makes when you go into that mode is not like Danganronpa 1 and 2's sound, which is really loud and obnoxious. There's a generator under the vent. Is this what's making the mechanical noise? Seeing it in the water put me a bit on edge. I was thinking of checking out the window above it, but no, I'm not so sure. Is that a window? It looks more like a vent to me, but okay. Boxes! There might be something useful in this pile of dusty boxes. Light bulbs, duct tape, a bunch of screws. Nope, there's nothing in here but junk. Okay, back to observation mode, I think. Should look around. There's nothing else over on the right. Oh, security camera. Yeah, hell yeah, gotta look at that. There's a very fancy security camera, eh? Staring at me from the corner of the room was an expensive-looking security camera. Had this been recently installed? It seemed better suited for a vault than a crappy boiler room.
Interesting.
You noticed that camera too?
Yeah.
It's really out of place. Do you think someone is watching us through it? It doesn't look like it's turned on, so I doubt it. I see. Perhaps that's for the best.
Eh?
What do you mean? If someone is watching us, it's possible they are the same person who put these wrist straps on us. She makes a decent point. That seemed to be it. The room's too run down for me to investigate anything else. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Ava approach the pile of boxes and fish out a light bulb. Then, without hesitation, she chucked it into the water.
Huh?
What are you doing? All of a sudden, she jumped off the platform we were standing on and into the water. Was she checking to see if it was electrified?
The hell?
Seriously, what the hell are you doing?
Can't you see?
Exploring. You're not worried about the generator?
Look.
Look at the light bulb I threw into the water. Notice how it isn't flashing? That means the water isn't conductive. See? She's got a brain on her. She's resourceful. Fair enough. I guess she's not worried about getting her shoes wet either. Okay, but just give me a second. I took off my socks and shoes and quickly rolled up my pants. Trying to hide my discomfort behind a cool face, I descended the stairs into the murky water. The mechanical noise was even louder now. It sounded like it was coming from the direction of the vent.
I see.
Yeah, it definitely must be the generator.
Damn.
We're lucky the water isn't conductive. Those exposed wires would be bad news otherwise. What kind of water is this if it's not conductive, though? I guess what you mean is maybe the generator has insulation that stops the electricity transmitting into the water, I guess.
Interesting.
For such a small generator, it sounds like it's running a lot of power. It's surprising how this noise alone wasn't enough to wake us up. Whatever knocked us out on the train must have been pretty strong. Anyway, that explained the whirring noise. I wonder where all the power is going to. High up on the wall was a vent. What could be on the other side? Do you want to look through that? Yeah, I do.
Listen to me.
Alright, I have an idea, but it will take some physical effort.
Eh?
Like what?
Well,
Like getting on my shoulders.
Seriously?
I'm not doing that. If you get on my shoulders, it'll give you a boost, and you can look through the window.
Fair.
But shouldn't I be the one giving you a boost? I don't think you could handle it. Just calling you out straight away, Damon. Saying that, she stooped in front of the generator and motioned for me to come over. God, my tea's going cold. Let me just drink it up.
I'm talking.
Make sure to tuck your feet behind my back. I waded over to Ava and awkwardly positioned myself on her shoulders. CG?
Are you sure
Yeah.
you can do this?
I'm fine. Just look through the window already.
So I think a lot of people have speculated that this character, Ava, could be sort of our companion character, because she seems quite prominent in a lot of the trailers, things like that.
Alright.
Or if not a companion character, she could be significant in some other way. Well, do you see anything? Yeah, another vent, and a room just beyond it. I can't see what's inside the room though. Both these vents are in the way. Taking a closer look at the boiler room vent, I noticed there were hinges bolted to the upper corners. Does this mean the vent can be opened? Wrapping my fingers around the grate in front of me, I pulled as hard as I could. Hey, I got it open. Can you see better now? Although the second vent still obstructed a lot of the room, I was able to make out the legs of tables and chairs. They were pretty fancy looking. It's the floor of some fancy room. It must be in a building with multiple levels. Weird that this vent opens into another room instead of outside. Just beyond the chairs, in the very corner of the room, there was something peeking out. Oh. Hello, hello. I just saw that as he mentioned it. A person's legs. I felt my chest tighten. Is he also passed out? Trying to figure out who that is, though. Can't really tell from the trousers alone. I was thinking maybe it's Wolfgang, the lawyer. But... hello? Can you hear me? No response. Damn it. There's got to be a way inside this room. Ava, can you let me down? Creepy music, by the way. It's called Trepidation. There's someone in there?
I
think it's a guy. He's lying on the floor and I'm pretty sure he's passed out. He might know something we don't. If we're not there when he wakes up, we might lose him.
So...
The room's on the level above ours, you said? Right, which means there must be stairs somewhere.
Focus.
I have to find them. To leave an area, press the R key. I'll confirm the choice with you, just in case you get any second thoughts. Standard Danganronpa fare, that? Okay, let's do it. Are you sure you want to leave? Hell yes. Let's get out of this creepy little basement. Oh hi, goodness, this group gets sidetracked easily. But where do we begin? Still looking and trying to work out what your talent is, and I have no idea. Still don't really know what your talent is either, though you got a little mallet there. Are those ear defenders actually what she's got around her neck? Maybe some kind of craft or something. What's that in her pocket though that she's got there? It's like a little puppet coming out of her pocket. I can't quite see it too well. Maybe your visor is meant to be eye protection. Maybe you're some kind of tradesperson. Or like a sculptor. Maybe an artist of some kind. I don't know, maybe. I've already forgotten what your voice was. I think it was the... Oh yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, I guess we should just jump into it. Starting will probably help us find more clues. I agree with Cherry.